stress they have and whatever they're going through in life, they can work it out right here. All they got to do here is come and dance and enjoy life.
We're having fun. This is LA. We're having a great time. Salsa. Salsa will always live forever.
So if you're a salsa dancer, you need to be here.
From salsa to jazz, music lovers came together to celebrate jazz legends Barbara Morrison and Ernie Andrews. Local artists honored their legacy with a live musical homage at the K-Jazz Fest at the Barry White Rec Center at South Park.
So today we're here to celebrate two legendary jazz musicians, Barbara Morrison and Ernie Andrews, who both have been staples over the years at the Central Avenue Jazz Festival. And unfortunately, we lost both of them earlier this year. This is just a smaller event for the community to get together and really celebrate these two legends and give them the proper honor that's due to them.
Barbara Morrison and Ernie Andrews, who were icons in the jazz community for so many years here. Even though they were well known all over the world, they were special and near and dear to us. So I just want to feel their presence and pay homage and watch the great musicians, show up right for them.
To me, it's all about the culture, the feeling, jazz and the lifestyle that I want to live all kind of go hand in hand. I wish I was a musician. I wish I was a musician in the 40s when we were playing bebop jazz. That's what I wish I could have done. But hey, I'm an avid listener and I'm an avid supporter of jazz.
You just keep right on spinning.
It's important for people to come out and support this music. It's important for people to be part of the jazz community, to go to the performances, to listen to jazz radio, support jazz radio, and to buy jazz music, jazz masters, and what they did in the past. And that will continue this legacy here in LA.
Rather than just look at art, why not also create it? For our next story, we stay in South LA at Mercado La Paloma, where the South Central Intervisions Festival brought the Black and Latino communities together with art, music, and dance. Let's take a look.
So we wanted to look at the relationship between Blacks and Latinos in South Central LA. And Esperanza Community Housing, which is producing the festival, is a low-income housing provider, but also uses arts and culture as a way for policy reform.
Well, I know the event is focused on centering the experiences of Black and Brown, Black and Latino folks. And I'm actually Black and Mexican, so I felt like it was a perfect mesh for me to come here and saying that my community is being represented, so here to show up for my community, create some art.
So we're trying to get a wide spectrum of arts and culture and have it being encouraged to be very interactive and immersive, so people come in and do something rather than just come and look at art. So you can come in and draw, you can come and do your silk screening, you can come in and do your painting, you can come in and take away plants. Just like an everyday walk through the park, listen to music, eat some great food, and participate in some great art making.
Well, the artwork is amazing. The colors are really inspiring, and people doing artwork right here. It's really beautiful. Definitely a great vibe here.
For my community as a Black Latino, I think it shows that there's a representation, and we're visible as a community here. You're kind of either one or the other. So as a Black Latino, it's important to kind of show up here and be with other Afro Latinos as well in community, and also just finding community as well. I think is super important.
We're still in our pilot phase. We're still figuring out what we're doing, because no one's really doing anything like this, focusing on Black and Latino culture together. So we're trying to take the lead on that, trying to set some models to like how do you do this kind of work.
In our ongoing series highlighting the 60th anniversary of the LA Cultural Heritage Commission, we head to the Pascual Marquez Family Cemetery. Once known as the Rancho Boca de Santa Monica, this 6,600-acre Mexican land grant is now what we know as Santa Monica, Brentwood, the Palisades, and Topanga Canyon. The family cemetery dates back to around 1848 and provides an incredible look at this era of California's history. Let's hear this story.
We are at the Pascual Marquez Family Cemetery in the city of Los Angeles, the area of Pacific Palisades. The Mexican government would grant land to its Mexican citizens.
Francisco Marquez came from Mexico. He was a blacksmith. In 1839, Mexico was its own country, and it included Alta California, which is what we now know of as California. They wanted to populate the land, and the way they did it was by granting land grants. And in order to get a land grant, you had to be a citizen in good standing, you had to be a Catholic, and you had to agree to plant fruit trees and stock it with cattle. Francisco Marquez and his friend Isidro Reyes applied jointly for the Rancho Boca de Santa Monica, which now is Santa Monica, Brentwood, the Palisades, and Topanga Canyon, 6,600-acre land grant. When the rancho was first inhabited in 1839, the nearest church was over a day's ride away by ox cart, and it wasn't feasible to bury their dead in the cemetery. So they created their own cemetery right next to their house.
This is more than a cemetery. It's an era, particularly for Mexican Americans. When you think of California being 1/3 Mexican or Mexican American, monuments like this that represent our history become really critical to maintain and keep. It was designated a cultural monument in 2000.
My dad and I were the only ones working on the cemetery when we applied for the Cultural Heritage Monument in 2000. And at that time, the only research that had been done was done by my dad. It's significant to Los Angeles because it's one of the last pieces of remaining history. In California, we just keep building over ourselves and leaving the past like it didn't matter, like we're all a bunch of dewdrops who suddenly appear and go away. But we were here then, and we are here now, and this is the last place of its kind. Pascual Marquez so loved this land. By the time he died, the land where he was born was part of the cemetery. When he died, they placed his grave at the same place, at the same angle as the bed where he was born.
Celebrate the reopening of Hollyhock House with a lawn party. Enjoy live Persian music performances at the Central Library, or attend the birthday celebration of the father of the LA Harbor. All this up next on Things to Do.
Attention history-loving Angelenos. To celebrate the reopening of Barnsdall Park, the Department of Cultural Affairs and Council District 13 are holding a lawn party at Hollyhock House. Bring your picnic blanket and enjoy a live DJ set from Hollyhock House docent Sharon Everett, a performance from Bob Baker Marionette Theater, crafts, and if you get there early, one of the 100 free hot dogs sponsored by Fort LA. Attend this free community lawn party taking place inside the west lawn fence of Hollyhock House on Saturday, August 20th. Events start at 4 p.m. For more details, check out hollyhockhouse.org. If you want to enjoy an afternoon of live Persian music, you can't miss Color of Music Beyond Borders, a celebration of Persian music of Los Angeles at the Central Library. See live musical performances from the students of the Dehimi Music and Beyond Vision Music Foundation and be part of this celebration of the musical heritage of the Farsi-speaking communities of LA. The event will be hosted in English and Farsi. Adults can attend the free Color of Music Beyond Borders, a celebration of Persian music of Los Angeles event, which will take place at the Mark Taper Auditorium inside the Central Library on Sunday, August 21st at 2 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. What better way to spend a Saturday evening than dancing and eating delicious barbecue? These and many more things will entice you to the Phineas Banning birthday celebration at the Banning Museum. After a 2-year hiatus, the birthday celebration of the father of the Los Angeles Harbor is back. Whether you want to learn some line dancing moves, listen to live country music by a local band, or taste some delicious barbecue, you are in for a treat. Advanced registration is required for all attendees, with general admission tickets being free for kids under 12 and $10 for adults. The Phineas Banning birthday celebration will take place on Saturday, August 20th at 5 p.m. at the Banning Museum in Wilmington. For more details about this event, visit thebanningmuseum.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Good morning and welcome to the Los Angeles City Council. Today is Tuesday, August 16th. I'm Nuria Martinez, the President of the City Council. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Present.
Bonin, absent. Buscaino, absent. Cedillo, absent. De Leon, absent. Harris Dawson. Koretz. Krikorian.
Here.
Lee.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
O'Farrell.
Present.
Price.
Here.
Rahman.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
And back to Cedillo.
Cedillo present.
11 members and a quorum, Madam President.
First order of business.
Approval of the minutes of Friday, August 12, 2022.
Mr. Blumenfield moves and Ms. Rahman seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Mr. Lee moves and Mr. Krikorian seconds. Next.
Madam President, today is Tuesday and it's time for the flag salute.
Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Ms. Rahman, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, please rise, face the flag, place your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and run through the agenda.
Thank you. Items 1 through 2 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 3 through 23 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Without objection, those items are now before us. Members, you wish to call any of the items on today's agenda special? I have no members on the queue. Madam Clerk, which are the available items for us to vote on?
Yes, 1 and 2.
I don't have any members on the queue. Is there a motion?
1 and 2, remember, he needs to read the amending motions from 1 and 2.
I apologize. There are 2 motions for items 1 and 2 that will be read into the record by the city attorney.
Yes, not a problem. So the first one is that the council adopt the following recommendations relative to the application for determination of public convenience or necessity for alcohol sales for off-site consumption and incidental on-site tasting at Bespoke Bar LA at 2677 La Cienega Boulevard. And the recommendations are: 1, determine that the issuance of a liquor license at Bespoke Bar LA located at 2677 La Cienega Boulevard in Los Angeles will serve the public convenience or necessity and will not create a law enforcement problem. 2, grant the application for determination of public convenience or necessity for sale of alcoholic beverages for on-site consumption at 2677 South La Cienega. And 3, instruct the city clerk to transmit this determination to the State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control as the required findings under Business and Professional Code Section 2395. Presented by you, Madam President, and who is the second?
Mr. O'Farrell.
Thank you. And for number 2, it's similar regarding the application for determination of public convenience or necessity for alcohol sales for off-site consumption for beer and wine only at K-Stop Convenience Market located at 3640 West Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 100. 1, determined that the issuance of a liquor license at K-Stop Convenience Market will serve the public convenience or necessity, will not tend to create a law enforcement problem. 2, grant the application for determination of public convenience or necessity for the sale of alcoholic beverages for off-site and on-site consumption at K-Stop Convenience Market located at 3640 West Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 100. And 3, instruct the city clerk to transmit this determination to the State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control as required under Business and Professional Code Section 2395. Also presented by you. And the second is?
By Mr. Price.
Price. Thank you very much.
Okay, and those 2 motions will be circulated. Seeing no members on the queue, Madam Clerk, which are the available items for us to vote on?
There are currently cards on all items. The council may now decide to go into public comment.
Okay, we're going to go into public comment. If I call your name, please come on up. Arnold Sachs. Mr. Sachs, are you going to speak?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to speak.
You signed up for all items on today's agenda.
Okay.
So give him his 3 minutes for all of his items, and then you have 1 minute of general public comment. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Item number one, the city attorney just mentioned something about an ordinance. But the number one item says it's off-site consumption, but it's a bar. But the city attorney said something about it being on-site, but that's not written in the agenda. And number two, he said it's off-site and on-site, but it's a grocery, it's a Kmart or something like that, or a special, a little convenience store. So he said it's off-site and on-site. Why would you drink on-site at a little 7-Eleven type store, Mr. City Attorney? Can you explain that? Number 6 and 7 say they're permanent positions. The Department of Parks and Recreation. Is that exclusive or inclusive? Because in the county, that word "and" can be inclusive or exclusive. And it doesn't mention anything about Quimby fees again. And Quimby fees are fees that are paid by the developers to help the city get parks. So where are the Quimby fees at? Number 19, 20, and 21 are appointments to the Rent Adjustment Committee. They're appointing 3 members. The composition right now is 5 members. 1 male, 3 females, 3 females, and 2 vacant positions. But they're appointing 3 positions. So 1 male, 3 females, and 3 more positions, that's 7 people. But there are only 6 members on the committee. How the fuck do you do that addition? Number 22 mentions track maps. Again, no Quimby fees. And they're supposed to be used for park development. How are you getting parks developed in the city of Los Angeles? Number 23 refers to 5% low and 5% moderate income. But at the fucking Metro meeting, it was mentioned that the government, the California government, is going to have a law that states 150% of the median income. But it should be less than 100%. How many units? It doesn't say. How long does it take for the infrastructure improvements? There are stages here. Who's going to pay for the infrastructure improvement, which includes the plumbing and the water and the utilities? And how the hell do you expect to go green with all this development that's going on in the city? You're 20 years too late. Why wasn't this stuff done when we had the Community Redevelopment Agency?
You can go into general, Mr. Sachs.
Okay. So, why don't you do something for the National Organization of Women? Stop taxing feminine hygiene products. Jessica Lau for mayor because she was the head of the downtown business community, and she has to deal with all the shit that's in downtown, with all the graffiti and all the homeless people that are sleeping in Little Tokyo and Chinatown and everywhere around downtown. And we have a survey of the closed businesses. You're developing places, but you have a whole lot of closed businesses downtown. And what about the sewage spills? And what about the trash? And what about the fraud, waste, and abuse? And how do you practice social distancing? And getting plans from a planning magazine that they got in the county. And no community impact statements on the 26 items in Los Angeles. And about shutdown in late 2017. Why don't you do something about investigating that?
Thank you, Mr. Sachs.
Thank you, Mr. Sachs. The next speaker, Dr. Truthbay. Are you here? Dr. Truthbay? You signed up for item 7, items 10, 13, 16, 18, 21, and 23. So give her amendments for her items and then her 1 minute of general public comment. You can start on your items, please.
Hi, good morning. All right, so I just want to focus on the appointments: Joanna Sanchez, Fernando Gayfon, and Mr. Robert Ramirez. Rent Adjustment Commission, Fernando Gayton to the Rent Adjustment Commission, and Joanna Chanez to the Rent Adjustment Commission. I want to know exactly what their roles are in this capacity. Do they help with those who are losing their homes due to rent that's too damn high? Or what is their resume? Because you have financial disclosure that's filed for all three of them. The background check is completed, but the community impact statement from Sanchez, none submitted. Fernando Gayton, none submitted. And Mr. Ramirez, none submitted. So there's a lot of appointments that you have every week on your agendas, but 99% of them don't have a community impact statement. So how are we making the decisions of having them appointed to begin with? Accountability is very important. So speaking on August 9th, the actions of what Trina did was unacceptable. And as a collective body, we do not control the individual actions of someone who's been living out on the street who felt that they're not being heard.
Can we take you to general public comment now? It sounds like that's...
we're not doing general public comment. Please don't adjust my speaking. Okay, you give Arnold Sachs 4 minutes every week to talk about whatever the what.
So it sure sounded like you were off topic, so let's stick to the items or go to general.
To make an impact that you guys are not listening to.
We're holding your clock.
Okay.
Look, here's how it works. No. You need to stick on topic. Otherwise, we take you to general. So get back on the items, please, now.
The items of solving homelessness, right? We're not talking about 4118 right now. We're talking about respecting proposals and plans that are submitted. We don't come out here just speaking.
Okay.
We give you,
So
we
you're
give
not on
you
the items. We're going
plans
to take you
and
to general. Please go ahead. Let's set the clock for a minute.
Give me my 1 minute. So, Nuri Martinez, when you told ABC News or Fox 5 that we came as animals, but we came up with no solutions, let me remind you, in 2017, I got one from Mitch O'Farrell from Hunk that we had housing proposal. 2018, we submitted Jose Weezer for Skid Row. 2020, Mark Ridley Thomas, before he became a criminal for the city, he got 14 proposals since 2013. Not one of them was applied to, not one of them was addressed to. So let me give you another one on June 15th. These are solutions that you're telling these newscasters we don't come up with. How do we come on the agenda? Explain to me what's the process of regular people trying to house and trying to give you solutions that you're not putting on the agenda, but you're saying we're not coming up with it. Can you stop it? You're not living in fear. We fear you because you have the power to keep our lives miserable and you're not applying the solutions that we're giving you. So don't you dare make it seem like that we're out of control. Do your job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your time's
expired.
Thank you. The next speaker is Anae Castillo. Anae Castillo, are you here? Do you want to come up?
So, Dr. Truthbay,
thank you very much. Your time is up.
Please sit down. You're disrupting the meeting now.
Is Anae Castillo here? Anae, you signed up to speak.
Dr. Truthbay, please
Anae,
sit down.
You fill out a card for item 19 and also 1 minute of general public comment. Do you want to start on item 19, please?
Okay, so in regards to the rent adjustments, I want to know what are you guys really doing about that? I was reading on one of your websites that in order for the regular person to afford housing, we're supposed to make at least $48 the hour, and this is just for housing. The minimum wage isn't even $20 the hour. So I'm wondering, how is this gap really being solved? Instead of making it worse, on another note, this public speaking, we as the people should be allowed more time to speak on what we want to address to you guys. You guys are here to listen to us, and obviously that's not what you guys are doing. You guys are going based on whatever it is that you want to do, and that's not right. We as the people, we seek respect and we seek, no, we want more time to speak. We want more time to express ourselves and let you guys know the issues that are not being solved or worked on, because you guys aren't doing anything. You're just dismissing us like we're here being crazy. Not everybody's out of control. People want to actually have solutions, and you guys are not working with us. And yeah, I'm over this shit.
Thank you.
She yields her time.
Thank you. The next speaker is Tanisha Haynes. Are you here? Tanisha, you filled out a card for item 19. So give her a minute for item 19, and then you can move into general public comment. Go ahead.
I did. For a public comment, I want you and, yeah. Okay. So the public should not be, they should be able to speak on agendas for the length of time required. For example, if we sign up for the agendas and speak into detail, only one or two, but it's necessary dialogue, then your meeting should be worked around the public comment rather than squeezing people into your 20 minutes that you give. Public comment should be in the main event of every city council meeting because we come here to tell you what's needed. That's the purpose of a public hearing. On August 9th, when Trina, who lived on the street, came to speak, we don't condone people into climbing over the barrier. That was an individual choice that that person made at the time. But we should not be criminalized for one person's action. We are tired of not being heard. We are tired of submitting to your plans and proposals, and you are not executing these plans. Sign up for public comment and agenda. No. You guys are not doing anything.
So Speaker, that was obviously general public comment. Do you want to talk on item 19, which you signed up for, which is the appointment of Ms. Sanchez?
Right.
Let's talk about Ms. Sanchez then, if you wish.
Okay, I just spoke it all, and you guys need to know this, and you guys need to hear us all and help us all. Please stop trying to stop everybody from talking because you want us to talk about what you want to talk about.
So do you want to talk? Do you want to talk about Ms. Sanchez? So Ms. Truth Bay, please sit down. Okay, all right. So you're disrupting the meeting. Please go sit down now. Go sit down. You're disrupting the meeting.
Thank you very much. The next speaker is Ian Jameson.
Dr. Truth Bay, go sit down. Okay, this is your last warning, Dr. Toothpaste. Stop disrupting the meeting, please. All right, Dr. Toothpaste, the president has just ejected you from the meeting. You're ordered to quietly leave the meeting now. You are on your last warning too. Dr. Toothpaste, you have been ordered to quietly leave the meeting. Please do so. Now.
Ian Jameson, are you here? You
hold on,
signed
Mr.
up for
Jameson.
1 minute of public comment?
Let's hold on 1 second. There's enough
just a
disruption
second.
out there that we won't be able to hear you, sir. All right, Dr. Truthbay, you were ordered to leave. You're still disrupting the meeting. Please leave. Hold on one moment. So she's still shouting. We're not going to be able to hear the speaker. Okay, so the lady next to Dr. Toothpaste, you've been continuously disrupting as well and been warned. You've been ordered removed as well. So both of you have been ordered removed from the meeting. You have to leave quietly now. You're disrupting the meeting. You're keeping us from doing our business. Please be quiet. You are disrupting the meeting. You are continuously shouting. I don't know if the recorders will get this. There is no possible way that we can continue with this meeting while you're shouting like that. Leave quietly. And my apologies to the next speaker. We can't hear. Dr. Truthbay, please leave. All right, unfortunately, she's still shouting. Okay, so in case the mic's not picking it up, there probably is, but they're shouting as they leave the meeting and keeping us from doing our business. Doctor, please leave. You're still shouting. All right, they're both shouting now. I'm sorry, sir, please wait.
That's all right.
And they're still shouting as they go out and keeping us from doing our business. And she's still shouting. And she's still shouting profanities as she leaves. And she's arguing with the police all the way out. Okay. I'm sorry. There's no way we can continue till she's gone. Okay. She's still shouting with the police as she leaves. Okay.
Okay, Speaker, thank you for your patience. Are you Ian Jameson? Are you Ian?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You signed up for 1 minute of general public comment.
That's
Go ahead.
correct.
Go ahead.
Okay. Marquise Harris Dawson, thank you for not wearing a mask. God bless you. All the rest of you follow suit. Hi, my name is Ian Jameson. I am co-founder of California Leftists for Freedom. There are no pretexts left for this ridiculous vaccine mandate. The CDC has just admitted that there is no medical benefit to treating vaccinated and unvaccinated Americans differently, and they now acknowledge innate immunity. So we are calling for you to revoke the mandate and to rehire all terminated employees. This entire episode has been disgraceful, unscientific, and ridiculous. Admit you were wrong, do the right thing, kill the mandate. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for your patience.
The next speaker is Jessica. Is there someone here? Are you Jessica? Yes. Thank you. You signed up to speak in general public comment. You have 1 minute.
Yes. My name is Jessica Jimenez, and I was terminated June 17th from the Department of City Planning. Council members, I demand that you continue the March 9th motion introduced by Joe Buscaino immediately as a step to rescind your mandate. While large and small businesses can welcome all patrons regardless of their vaccination status and are allowed to enjoy a soccer game or dine at a busy restaurant, us employees have lost our livelihood due to this mandate. It is embarrassing that you can allow a sports stadium with a 22,000 to 56,000 person capacity and allow visitors without proof of vaccination while you single out city employees. What is special about their business? Is it health or millions in revenue? While most of the city's residents can enjoy their day and continue to provide financially for their family, you are ending the livelihoods of city employees who have been dedicated to their work for years. It is a shame that in a city where you promote diversity in regards to sex, race, gender, and religion, you are violating religious freedom by denying all religion exemption requests. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
The next speaker is Lindsay Denson. You filled out a card for general public comment. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I am also here on behalf of Jessica and other workers that have lost their jobs in public offices for making their own choices about what goes into or does not go into their bodies. I am all about my body, my choice, and this is getting absolutely ridiculous. Even the CDC agrees at this point, at long last, that your health is your very own. And when it comes to masks as well, Louis Pasteur's germ theory is correctly applied to bacterial infections. Clean water, hygienic ways of doing away with our sewage waste, things like this are very important, but these are bacteria traps. Most of the deaths in the 1918 flu were not from the flu. The vast majority were bacterial pneumonia, likely caused by the masks. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker.
Sure.
Next speaker is Lino Mares. Lino, are you here? You signed up to speak in general public comment.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Good morning, Council members. Mr. Parkerett, I hope you're listening. Thank you. And Mr. Mitchell Farrell, John Lee, and Nithya Raman, and Monica Rodriguez. I have a couple of things. Number one, please pass the Healthy Streets LA ordinance. We work really hard to get people to sign a petition and put it on the city council. So I hope you consider passing the Healthy Streets LA ordinance, please. Number 2, the wildlife ordinance. Please protect wildlife, please, because we care about the environment and animals. Number 3, no expansion in the LA Zoo. We don't want no more expansion or deforestation or damage to Griffith Park. We don't want LA Zoo to expand. We want to protect public lands. And number 4, Kenneth here published a payroll about employees, how much they make, and I was shocked at how many employees make over $100,000. Like, example, Martha Oliva from LADOT, she makes over $106,000, and LAPD is just too much money. We should be using the money for public services and community development, please.
Thank you, Speaker.
That's why people yell
Your
at you
time is
guys.
up.
That's
Thank
why.
you.
And I try not to yell, but I try to work with you, Mr. Fabo.
Thank you very much, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
The next speaker is Nancy Hall. Is Nancy Hall here? Nancy, you filled out a card for general public comment.
Okay. Yes, good morning. I'm here to support ending the mandates, drop the mask mandates, drop the vax mandates, hire back your terminated employees, and get back to normal. The CDC has admitted that they were wrong, and you're supposed to follow the CDC guidelines, so just knock it off. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next speaker is Sadie Kamen. You filled out a card for general public comment. Go ahead.
I did, yeah. So my name's Sade Kamen. I'm a Yale undergraduate student. I went to USC for social work. I work in Skid Row, and I know this population really well. I've been working with unhoused communities for over 10 years, and I think we can all agree that this is a system failure, and it's actively getting worse. And your policies are not working. You are criminalizing people and demonizing people who are actively in need of help. And the issue is that they don't trust you, and they have really good reason not to trust you. But I'm on the streets, and they talk to me. We have real feedback. We have actual data about what people need. We have science-based approaches and evidence-based practices that you guys are actively choosing to ignore. After this, I get to go to the coroner's office to identify one of my friends who died on the street last night. He was one of 2 who died on the same block. And you guys are actively not doing anything to to put a stop to this. And I am begging you guys to listen. You are ruining your own reputations. KDL, my dad knows you pretty well, actually. He thought you were a pretty nice progressive dude until I brought him down to Skid Row and showed him exactly how you treat your constituents. I will make sure that all of your names go down in history for the absolute failing that you are doing to your city.
Okay.
The next speaker is Wes Sigmio. West Sigmio. Anyone here with that name? Doesn't appear that there's anyone here with that name. And that concludes public comment for today's meeting. So we're going to close public comment. Members, we're going to go ahead and vote on items 1 and 2 as amended. Please open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Let's move on to items 3 to 20 and items 22 to 23. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
Ayes.
Mr. Gregorian?
Madam President, can we please send 16 and 17 forthwith?
16 and 17 forthwith for Mr. Gregorian. Without objection. Let's move on to item 21. Mr. Cedillo, did you want to speak on item 21?
Yes, my staff tells me we have to move the item because section B has been deleted.
The appointment has been received and filed because they withdrew the appointment.
The appointment has been received and filed because they withdrew the appointment.
What are you doing on 21?
On item 21, my staff tells me that we are asking to move the item because the appointment has been withdrawn.
So I believe you want to move B, which is then receive and file. I think you want to move the B report, which is receive and file then.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
You want to receive and file
What he said.
report
Thank
B.
you.
Great.
To use a legislative term, what he said.
Receive and file.
Thank you.
Because you're moving to receive and file?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and vote on that item.
Pardon me, Madam President, is there a second on the motion?
I'll second it. Let's prepare to vote on that item. Open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
12 eyes.
Okay, Madam Clerk, where are we now?
Sorry, thank you. The council has motions for posting and referral.
Those are posted and referred. Members, are there any announcements? Mr. Blumenfield, I believe you have some special guests.
Yes, thank you. Colleagues, I want to welcome and recognize guests from one of our longest-serving sister cities, the city of Nagoya. In council chambers today is a delegation of distinguished public servants from Nagoya, Japan. In fact, if you guys want to stand up, I will recognize each of you, yeah? And let me just tell you who is here with us today. We have Mr. Toshinori Matsuyo, the Deputy Mayor of Nagoya, Mr. Toshi Shiito, a counselor of the Tourism and Exchange Department, Bureau of Tourism and Exchange, Mr. Shigeki Yamada, the Director of International Relations Division, Tourism and Exchange Department, Bureau of Tourism and Exchange, Mr. Ichi Fukayo, the Chief of Tourism and Exchange Department, Ms. Megumi Endo, who is with the official for Tourism and Exchange, Mr. Hitochika Yozenzu, who is the Director of Port Operations at the Nagoya Port Authority, I will continue interrupted there, but Mr. Tomihoru Tsubota, who is the Superintendent, Board of Education, City of Nagoya, Mr. Takahiro Kukita, who is the manager of the School Guidance Office, Guidance Department of the Board of Education at the City of Nagoya, Mr. Kenichi Miyachima is the Chief Supervisor, Advanced Promotion Office, the School of Advancement Promotion Department, Board of Education, Mr. Ayumi Iwamoto, sorry about that, Supervisor, Advanced Promotion Office, School of Advanced Promotion Department. And our guests are accompanied by interpreters, Ms. Shirase and Ms. Teruku Weinberg, who is the chairwoman of the Los Angeles Nagoya Sister City Affiliation, which recently celebrated its 63rd anniversary. It's very impressive. Our sister city relationships are deeply valued and highly productive. In fact, my office has worked with representatives from Nagoya on school bullying and social media safety together. We've also hosted the first Valley Asian Cultural Festival with Pierce College, and the City of Nagoya supported this event along with other local events in the district. Our relationship with our sister city, Nagoya, and the youth of Nagoya is very special. In fact, it was wonderful to see the youth art exchange a few years ago between our two cities, and I was able to feature some of that art actually in my district office for the public to see back before COVID, when the public could come in and see that more easily. As you all know, Japan remains the #1 foreign source of investment in the LA region, creating over 30,000 jobs, producing over $3 billion in wages from local jobs. I really want to thank our delegation for visiting us. I know you're all headed back to the port soon, and I wish you safe travels. And if we could, the Deputy Mayor of Nagoya would like to say a few words. If you can come to the podium, Mr. Toshinori Matsuyo, to say just a word or two to us. Or if you can't come to the podium, you can come to the desk if it's, yeah, either way, whatever is, or just rip the pew apart.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Toshinori Matsuo, Deputy Mayor in Nagoya City in Japan. It's an honor to be invited to the traditional Congress. Nagoya, Nagoya and Los Angeles have been sister city since 1959. I would like to continue to be friends with you. Please help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And when session is done, I'll see you in the back room. Thank you, Madam President.
Mr. Cedillo?
I think it's poetic to note that on the floor today is Warren Fortani. He was a colleague of ours in the State Assembly. He's a fourth-generation Japanese American. He's the first Japanese American elected to the Los Angeles Unified School Board, a body that you served on. He also served the community college district as well. He was a champion in the creation of ethnic studies and Asian American studies, both at UCLA and Long Beach. He's a longtime activist. He's a living legend. If you go to the museum and right down the street at the JANM, the Japanese American National Museum, you'll see a young Warren Furutani as an activist in the civil rights during the 1960s. And so I just want to make sure that we acknowledge his presence with us here on the council floor today.
Mr. Furutani, welcome. Good morning. Mr. De Leon for a presentation.
Thank you very much, Madam President, as well as colleagues. I also want to recognize Brother Warren Furutani, who has been, to Senator Gil Cedillo's point, quite frankly, a solid brother, a progressive brother who we both had an opportunity to serve with, as well as Mr. Blumenfield, Mr. Kokorian, and Mr. O'Farrell together. I'm not quite sure if Mr. Koretz was there at the time, if there was the overlap. Yes, he was. And your logistics, fervor that you have on that assembly floor, defending the values and rights of those who are most marginalized will always be seared in our memories, at least on the front page of the LA Times, So we appreciate you, Brother Warren, and who you are and what you've always represented as a school board member, community college, as well as an assembly member, and now with me and our staff for City 14. So thank you very much. Madam President, as well as colleagues, this week we are all very proud to join together to celebrate Nisei Week so that we can honor and promote Japanese and Japanese American heritage and traditions. The hopes, the dreams, and aspirations of Japanese Americans are recognized by what has become a favorite annual tradition, the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, which started right here in Los Angeles back in 1934, making it one of the largest continuing ethnic festivals in the United States of America. As you all know, Little Tokyo was established back in 1886, and I believe, if I'm not correct, it was actually 1886 or 84? 1884. We have a typo here. It was 2 years earlier. We believe it is actually the first established neighborhood in the city of Los Angeles. In fact, this past May, I had the honor to commemorate the first Japanese-owned business that gave birth to what we know today as Little Tokyo, Kame Restaurant on First Street, just a few blocks down the street from City Hall. Even back then, Little Tokyo was the epicenter of commercial activity in Southern California, especially for the first generation Issei. The Issei were incredibly brave members of the Japanese American community who gave up everything to immigrate to America for a better life. Now, it takes guts as well as determination. Just to put this in perspective, the first Japanese immigrated to Los Angeles as early as 1869. Want to make sure if I'm right. 1869, we'll get a pass on that one? 1869. Yeah. All right, you don't know either. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see. So by 1864, LA was transforming from a small town, 11,000, to 50,000 residents. And the Issei were numbered at about, 1884 I should say, were numbered about 70. We're proud and a strong part of that transformation. Make no mistake, life was tough. Farmers toiled in fields and sold their vegetables and flowers at markets right here in downtown. Several small family businesses opened to serve the Japanese community, including, Fugetsu Do Confectionery, one of LA's oldest existing businesses dating back to 1903. On Sundays, Japanese residents would dress up to worship at the Union Church at Koyasan Buddhist Temple, Marino, Higashi, Honganji, and Nishi Hongwanji, reminding us that Little Tokyo is also a sacred place. The Issei wanted to ensure that their American children, the Nisei, would embrace and cherish their Japanese culture and keep the community strong. Thanks to newspapers like Rafu Shimpo, with our editor Gwen and its famed legendary photographer Mario, important news and events were distributed to the growing Japanese community. The first Nisei Week was held back in 1934 and signified the emergence of the Nisei, the next generation of leaders who established the festival as a way to improve businesses in Little Tokyo, and celebrate Japanese traditions. That tradition was interrupted, as we all know, by World War II. Executive Order 9066 by then President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when Japanese Americans were effectively stripped of American citizenship and imprisoned in internment camps across the country. By 1949, over 39,000 Japanese Americans returned to Los Angeles and specifically to Little Tokyo to rebuild their lives and establish their traditions. The pageantry of the Nisei Week coronation is the highlight. It is the highlight of the festival. And while it has changed over the years, young girls today, young women today still line the streets adoring the court with the hopes of one day becoming queen. Today, we are honored to have the Nisei Week 2022 court with us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, they include Queen Christine Emiko Yara, First Princess Audrey Emi Nakaoka, Miss Tomodachi Meili Tabata Yanguas, Princess Lori Hatsuko Mesa, Princess Amanda Akiko Hiraishi, Princess Emily Shigeko Kumagai. I hope I got that right. And Princess Faith Sumiko Nishimura. Let's give a warm City Council welcome. From its very beginnings, Nisei Week has been run solely by volunteers. And I would like to recognize and thank the Nisei Week Foundation, its co-presidents Nancy Okubo and Corey Hayashi, as well as an incredibly dedicated board of directors. You have all ensured that all of us get to appreciate the rich traditions and culture that have been passed down to each and every one of you. And your work fulfills the dreams of the Issei. This is a week we can all be proud of and a legacy to be remembered and cherished for generations to come. Now, Madam President, as well as colleagues. Now, before closing, I would like to recognize an individual that's being honored this week, and he is to my right, upper right, and that is no other than Mario Gershom Reyes. Mario, if you could be so kind enough to please stand so we can recognize. Go around. Mario is a famed photographer and has been with Rafu Shimpo for many, 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 many years. And Mario is an incredible photographer who's being recognized for his nearly 4 decades, that's 40 years, of artistic work. Mario was born as Chilango, Capitalino, in Mexico City at the age of 4 and immigrated with his family to Los Angeles. Mario and his family settled in Boyle Heights and attended Roosevelt High School, along with Gil Cedillo. Gil Cedillo was a quarterback. Mario was a wide receiver right there as Rough Riders. And I think Darlene Cuba, too, also, a Rough Rider, Japanese-American, who grew up in the Latino Japanese-American community of Boyle Heights. Now, while living in Logan Heights, while living in Boyle Heights, a multi-ethnic community, Mario was especially interested and drawn to the history and challenges of the Japanese-American community. As a senior in high school at Roosevelt, he started working for Rafu Shimpo, the oldest and most prominent Japanese language newspaper in all of the United States of America. Colleagues, in California, we only have 3 Japantowns, 2 Japantowns and 1 Little Tokyo. Japantown, San Francisco, Japantown, San Jose, and our very own Little Tokyo, There are very few. There's not any in Texas or in Oregon or North Dakota, South Dakota, Georgia, Alabama. Very, very few. And California has the largest, and we have the largest within California right here in the great city of Los Angeles, and that is Little Tokyo. Throughout his career, Mario has participated in and documented both significant and routine historical events throughout LA, especially for the Japanese American community in Los Angeles. Through the power of his lens and the art of his photography, Mario has ensured that the history of the Japanese American community was recognized, appreciated, and preserved. And that's why today we recognize and honor Mario for receiving the Nisei Week Pioneer Spirit Honoree Award for the 35 years he has practiced his art of photography to preserve memories of events in the Japanese American community and throughout our city. On behalf of the City of LA, we commend Mario for his dedicated work, and it's my understanding, if I'm correct, Mario is the first non-Japanese American, first Latino ever to receive the Nisei Week Pioneer Spirit Honoree Award, which is an incredible feat, an incredible recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, Madam President, let's please give it up for our very own photographer, Mario Reyes.
And Mr. De Leon, I have Mr. Cedillo on the queue.
Madam President, Mr. De Leon, let me say thank you for bringing this rich history of Los Angeles at a time when unity is so needed in our community. These types of presentations of our history are very significant. Mario Reyes, let me thank you for embodying the experience of Boyle Heights that you and I grew up with, where we lived amongst Japanese Americans, African Americans, Mexican Americans, as we began to call ourselves Chicanos, Russians, Italians, Armenians, and we all lived together, Chinese Americans. We all lived together as kids, unaware of the differences. As friends, as partners, we loved each other, we played with each other, we grew up together, and we supported each other. I remember the delivery of Rafu shampoo would come to my house because I lived next door to two families of Japanese Americans. And so then invariably I had to go pick up the paper and take it and deliver it to the front porch of my neighbors. And I remember my neighbor who had a route folding the paper and putting the rubber bands and putting it in his bicycle so he could go and make the deliveries. It was a very rich history, and it's why, Madam Chair, you will always hear me advocating for this Museum of Boyle Heights, because it's a special place in America where people live together for 100 years, a diversity as rich as this nation, but live together in harmony, peace, cooperation. And that's what's needed today. That's why the story of Boyle Heights and this story is so important, and why, Mario, your story is so important, because it embodies that relationship and how this nation should live, and that's the promise of democracy. This moment and this experience demonstrates that promise of democracy that emerged out of Boyle Heights. It's part of our nation, it's part of our city's history, and I thank you for bringing this to our attention, Senator De Leon and Mario. Thank you and God bless.
And Madam President, if it would be okay with you, if Mr. Mario Reyes could just say a couple words.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Oh, you can't prepare it.
No, I can't see it. Good morning to council members. I'm not used to this. I'm usually behind the camera, so this is very difficult. So I'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. Good morning, President Martinez. That sounds pretty good. I like that.
It's my father's last name.
Today, I stand here before you a very happy, a very proud, and a very grateful man. I thank the council members for their participation in the making of this document for me and for Nisei Week, of course. I would also like to acknowledge the police officers of the LAPD, men and women, for keeping this space, this chamber, safe and secure for us. Thank you. And of course, muchas gracias to my District 14 councilman, Kevin De Leon. You're doing a lot of great things. I love it. I'm going to cut this short. Once again, thank you so much. This is an honor, lifetime. Thank you very much.
Arigato.
Thank you very much. Members, are there any other announcements? Seeing no other announcements, can we all rise for adjourning motions? I'm going to begin with Ms. Rahman for an adjourning motion.
Thank you. Colleagues, it's with a heavy heart that I adjourn today in the memory of Ventura County Supervisor Carmen Ramirez, who passed this past weekend at the age of 73. Carmen was an advocate for her community and a champion for environmental justice, who often spoke plainly and bluntly about the impacts of pollution on poorer communities and communities of color. Her activism was spurred by Vietnam War protests, specifically the National Chicano Moratorium against the Vietnam War, and it shaped her as an activist and later as a politician. She joined these protests as a student at Loyola Law School, and she said that the protests, quote, gave me the view that we just have to fight for justice. She graduated law school, served as a legal aid attorney for many, many years before starting many years of public service. She served at various points during her career as the president of the Ventura County Bar Association, on the State Bar of California's Board of Governors, as a board member for the Center for Civic Education, and on Governor Brown's Commission on State Mandates. She also served on the Oxnard City Council for many years before being elected to the Ventura County Board of Supervisors, becoming the first Latina elected to that body in November of 2020. She was a personal hero of mine in her role on SCAG, where she was part of a group of SCAG members who, for the first time really in that body's history, grappled with the region's housing crisis in its staggering enormity, under tremendous pressure to continue business as usual, and said, no, we cannot. I had the great privilege of meeting Carmen recently at a SCAG retreat. She was very honest about her life, her activism, her struggles, her memories. She was a real one, y'all. Carmen was taken from us prematurely because she was hit by a pickup truck when she was walking on a crosswalk in Oxnard, a GMC Sierra that can weigh up to 5,000 pounds and measures 6.5 feet high, and it's on our streets. She's the second Southern California elected representative that we've lost to traffic violence in recent months. Alameda County Supervisor Wilma Chan was hit by a car when she was walking her dog in November and died. We shouldn't need these senseless tragedies to spur us into action. Our constituents, Southern California residents, deserve better. I send my deepest condolences to Supervisor Ramirez's family, and in her memory, I recommit myself to the work of making our streets safer to prevent any more losses. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rahman. If I can make that an all-member adjournment. Carmen was a trailblazer and a legendary woman. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.
Madam President, if I want to add.
It's an all-member adjournment. Did you want to speak on?
Yeah, yes. I want to
I'm
speak.
sorry, I didn't understand you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'll be very brief, but I just want to reiterate that Carmen Ramirez, and I'm heartbroken because we were very close, and she was a very elegant, incredibly intelligent, beautiful, powerful woman, and the fact that they had the first Latina elected to the County Board of Supervisors of Ventura in 2020 just speaks volumes of how she was tenacious and how she persevered for so long. She was just, and so sweet and so nice too. And she was always a huge supporter of mine. Call on the phone, hey Kevin, they're about to do this, a gas plant, they're gonna try to do it again up in Port Hueneme, or in Oxnard. She would always call and we'd get to it right away. It's a huge, huge, huge loss, for the community, not just as county board supervisor or as chair, but just the woman and the human being that she is. So thank you very much, Madam President. Thank you very much, Ms. Rahman, for your adjournment in her memory. May she rest in peace and in solidarity as well as in power. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon. Mr. Cedillo? Oh,
Next one.
Mr. Krikorian?
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Councilmember Rahman and Councilmember De Leon, for your comments about Carmen Ramirez. I think the one point I would add is that this is a woman who, during the course of her lifetime, helped to shape the history of our state and our nation. One of the leaders of the National Chicano Moratorium, a leader of not only a trailblazer in Oxnard, in Ventura County, in Skag, with all of the issues that she led on that Councilmember Rahman talked about, but also a leader of the California State Bar, an appointee of Governor Brown, somebody who really made a substantial difference for the people that she represented. And I hope that, the young people of today will learn by her example, because throughout her life of impact-making change, she was also known, as Mr. De Leon said, for her elegance, for her kindness. She was somebody who understood issues and dove into the details and the nuances of issues, and she did not yell and scream. In fact, her own brother passed away from COVID, and she was leading in the Ventura County Board of Supervisors as COVID deniers were yelling at her during the course of those meetings. And yet always with calmness and with true leadership, she set the example that I think many of us can learn from and hopefully emulate. So may she very much rest in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Krikorian. Mr. Cedillo? Any other adjourning motions, members? It's back to you, Mr. Cedillo.
Thank you. Last Tuesday, Jose Laudencia passed away in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the age of 80 years. He was born in San Fernando, La Union, in the Philippines, and he came to the United States in 1970. He settled in San Francisco, and then later he moved to Los Angeles, where he was a med tech and medical claims examiner before eventually retiring in Las Vegas. He was proud and patriotic. He boasted of his own father, who earned a Purple Heart for fighting for the United States as a Filipino in World War II. I'll note that California is the only state that fulfilled its promise to provide benefits for those Filipinos. California led the way and still remains the only state to have provided benefits for that group of courageous Filipinos. He's survived by his second wife, Helen de Leon Laudencia, daughters Antoinette Molina, Cecilia Guman, Maria de Luna, and Ludwig Laudencia, 10 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. But noteworthy for us is his son, Joselito Laudencia. Many of you know him and see him. He is the life partner of Richard Zaldivar. He is the calming force behind Richard Zaldivar, who was a force of nature himself and a significant leader in our community. Joselito is his life partner, as I stated, and the man who helps drive and temper his leadership. And so it's a great loss for us. It's with a deep and sad heart that we close this morning in the memory of the father. of Jose Felicito Perez Laudencia. May he rest in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Cedillo. Any other adjourning motions, members? Seeing none, our meeting is adjourned.
It's evaluating what their situation is. Are they able to move in with a relative? Are they able to downsize their apartment? Do they just need help with their rent for that month? Our number one goal is to keep them housed. We don't want them to enter the system. The second way that we go about that then is looking at what are those additional supports that they need in order to continue to remain self-sufficient and be able to not enter the system in the future. Additionally, we also then look at what are ways to be able to connect someone in the event that we've exhausted all of those resources. So now how do we serve as a primary point to get them connected to the family system? Working with our partners, specifically in the SPA 7 region, like the Whole Child or Homelessness, depending on where the family lies in terms of age, and ensuring that there's a seamless transition into those services. As a parent, I understand wholeheartedly what we will go to through great lengths to make sure that our children have a safe place to stay, something in their bellies to eat, and can make it to school on time, and can stay out of having to see the doctor. And so our organization, as well as our partners, are working wholeheartedly together to be able to make sure that we're able to do that. LASA has been a great partner in ensuring that the resources that are out there are utilized the best way possible, are allowing for innovation and creativity amongst the different service providers as well, understanding that a cookie cutter approach is not what's going to work across LA County, and that we have to look at things like demographics, that age, income status, and other things like that, as well as immigration status. That's something that impacts specifically our area tremendously. But continued innovation, continued flexibility is what's going to be needed in order to effectively support our families and, one, keep them out of the coordinated entry system, but also to ensure that they have that safety net there in the event that they do need larger services.
Wonderful, wonderful work. So Kenneth, what's the biggest challenge to ending youth homelessness, and what opportunities do you see on the horizon?
Oh, there's a number of challenges to ending youth homelessness. I think one of the biggest ways we can do it in simplified terms is to prevent it from happening in the first place. The commissioner stated keeping those families housed is a big strategic step to ending family homelessness, and I think taking that same step with our youth, preventing them from experiencing the hardship of the streets. We know what the statistics and the data show us. The moment they're exposed to the streets, the more prolonged time they spend on those streets, the more damage is done. So taking those interventions to keep young people from entering homelessness to begin with. But I would be remiss without acknowledging the range of experiences that our youth are coming from that are more prone to homelessness. We're looking at our foster care system, folks who have been recently incarcerated and are coming out, and also a big population of LGBTQIA identifying individuals who have both been kicked out of the home or have been on the receiving end of domestic violence and have fled that abuse. So there are a number of systems that need to be corrected to prevent youth homelessness, and some of what that really relies on is development of new units. There needs to be a concerted effort specifically for youth. Their wages, even with market rate rentals, wouldn't necessarily meet that threshold. There are now these new tactics where you have to earn 3 times as more in order to move in. So specifically looking at this population and preventing it, a number of steps. One, to make sure that they can secure a unit. And then if they enter the coordinated entry system, making sure that the units are available through investment from both the state and federal government. We've received recent investments. Project Home Key is set to throw on a number of additional units that youth will be able to take advantage of. And then with the Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program, that the LASA's Youth Advisory Board has been instrumental in streamlining and working with our youth leads, making sure that those resources and those new funds that do come in are both youth-centric, youth-led, that there's youth voice equipped with the distribution of those funds, but really so that we can tailor the best outcomes for our youth.
Mm-hmm. So Molly and Commissioner Murrow, this is a question for the two of you. What opportunities are available with new permanent housing sites coming online? Chauncey just talked about, the need for units. So can you talk about what opportunities are out there?
I can start us off on this one. It is really exciting how many new sites are opening up. 2021 was the year we started to really see those Proposition HHH units open up that the city had funded, that permanent supportive housing, new construction, additional supply that was so critical. We've also seen really important investment from the state and from the county that's also helping new units open up. And so we're seeing new buildings with new units open up with those supportive services. And that provides a tremendous opportunity for us to get even more folks off the street on their way to a path of stability. So we're really excited about this additional supply that's coming online.
Just to tag on to what Molly is saying, I think it brings an end game into sight. I mean, having units in place that we can actually have access to and move people through the system is phenomenal. It's not something that we had seen in the past where you have less than a 2% vacancy rate across the county. Yeah. As a service provider, it definitely makes things a little bit more exciting every day as we actually get out there and are able to say, yes, you have a voucher, we have a unit, let's match you, let's move you through the system. And it helps to address especially lessons for other cities outside of the city of LA to adopt and look at what are the things that worked, what are the things that didn't work, and how can we then adopt that and then triplicate the efforts that are taking place.
So this is our last question, right? And this is one for each of you. So I'm gonna start with you first, Carter. What do you want the community to know about your work?
That no single entity created this crisis, and no single entity has the resources and authority to end it on its own. And so we're all in this together. We only get through this together. And so at the United Way and the Home for Good team, that's our focus, is let's bring everyone together to focus on what works, and let's put those solutions into practice. So if you are someone who is interested in being part of that, homeforgoodla.org is a place where you can find out sort of what we're all collectively doing. And if you're someone in your community who wants to advocate for inclusive solutions in your neighborhood, everyoneinla.org is a place where you can figure out how to take that action.
Wonderful. And Kenneth, how about you? What do you want people to know about your work?
I think I just have to piggyback and say my work, it's taken a village to get here. I myself am former foster, and I myself resided at the Union Rescue Mission just 13 years ago. So there's really no path to success, and it's taken a while to get here, working on policy. But I want to say that there were opportunities presented to me as I was transitioning out of foster care. And those unique ages of 18 to 25, there was a lot of attention given to me by mentors. It's not necessarily a money issue. It's really a guidance issue, especially for young people. What is the roadmap? It's so lost, and adults are so lost today with the way inflation is hitting folks and the cost of everything is going up. So it's what's that roadmap to success, and who are those trailblazers that I can attach onto and follow that path of success? And it's very difficult to chart, but there is a roadmap. And like I said, if we can figure out the housing and provide young people with that stability, provide them with that intensive just attention, making sure that they know they are worthy, making sure that they know that they are loved, and helping them find their way as they, become self-sufficient adults.
Wonderful. And Molly, how about you? What do you want people to know about your work?
Well, first, Kenneth, thank you for sharing your story, because it is so inspiring, and I do feel like there's a big piece of this around compassion
and guidance and really coming together as a community. I think for me, the thing I find folks don't understand the most is that it took decades for this crisis of homelessness to emerge in the form that it is in Los Angeles today. We're not going to get out of it overnight. You know, it took decades to get here. It's going to take a while to get out of this, but good work is happening every day. I mean, I think one of the great things about working at LAHSA is we get to be on the front lines of so many success stories, so many people who are getting stabilized, 21,000 permanent housing placements last year. So sometimes I feel like folks get a little hopeless because we can't snap our fingers and make the situations on our sidewalks go away. But I think the biggest thing to remember is that there are tens of thousands of heroes out there every day doing outreach, working in our interim housing sites, providing housing navigation and case management, helping people find an apartment, and then once they're in that apartment, helping support them so that they can stabilize and completely transform their lives. And it is one of the best privileges in the world when you get to see someone go from being on the sidewalk to being inside. There's literally a physical transformation. People look completely different when they get to have a good night's rest, take a shower, eat a decent meal, not worry about if their belongings are going to be stolen or they might be, you know, assaulted on the streets. It's just an incredible privilege. And I think it's the heroes that do this work every day that are the reason I get up in the morning, because no one works harder than the folks at LAHSA. We work very hard, but we do it because we're inspired by the tens of thousands of people who are doing this work on the front lines every day in Los Angeles.
Yes. And last but not least, Commissioner Murrow.
Two things that I would want people to have as takeaways from today's discussion. So first and foremost is that understanding that our responsibility doesn't end once we house someone. We have to ensure that we're properly equipping those participants that we're working with to be able to manage the next crisis or the next situation that might come their way, and that we continue to be that support network there to help provide whatever resources or assistance they might need to ensure that they stay housed. What we know from homelessness is that it's cyclical. If you don't get it you take care of it as a child, it goes into someone who's a transitional age youth, from there an adult, and then we keep seeing the cycle of homelessness. And in order for us to really break that, we need to make sure that we're providing the proper toolboxes and those safety net networks. The other thing I'd like to say is that our success is going to be as strong as our collaborative. So if we work collaboratively together, if we bring whatever we have to the table and celebrate our successes and learn from anything that may not have worked 100% to where we wanted to, I think that's where we're really going to have change. And just as our fellow colleagues here on this panel tonight have stated, is that it's making sure that we're celebrating those successes and not, saying it's one particular cause or one particular person's fault. This is what we have to deal with now, and let's work together. So if we want to see change, we need to show up at the table.
Wonderful. Well, thank each of you for coming out tonight.
This concludes the 2022 State of Homelessness. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight and supporting the work being done to help our neighbors experiencing homelessness throughout Los Angeles County.
We hope to see you later this summer when we announce the results of the 2022 Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.
Hi, my name is Amanda Charles. I'm the librarian 3 at Teenscape. Teenscape is the library within Central Library that serves teens and young adults aged 12 to 19. When we opened in 1998, we were the first public library dedicated space for teens. We have over 4,000 square feet of space with a collection of over 30,000 items. We act as ambassadors to the rest of the collection for young adults. There may be some teens who are reluctant to approach a librarian in the art department. They are unaware that they can make an appointment and view materials in special collections. And so we'll often be the ones to reach out and help make that connection and introduce them to that collection. The item I brought today is it's a book. It's not rare. It's not unusual. It's called Korematsu v. the United States, World War II Japanese American internment camps. It's part of a series on important Supreme Court decisions. I chose it because the Supreme Court is in the news a lot right now, and there's a lot of talk about how important it is to choose the right justice. Korematsu v. the United States is an example of what can happen when the Supreme Court goes wrong and how it can have tragic effects on the lives of American citizens. So if a teen came to me and they wanted to know why the Supreme Court mattered, I might choose a book from this series and offer that to them. But the thing I really wanted to point out about this book is that it has this yellow and red YA sticker on the spine. You will find books with the YA sticker on the spine sprinkled throughout the collections everywhere in Los Angeles Public Library system. However, at Teenscape, every single one of our books, all 10,000 of our nonfiction books, all 10,000 of our fiction books, our graphic novels, our manga, everything has this young adult sticker because everything in our collection is dedicated to young adults. We're where students come and learn to be researchers, and I'm really proud of that. Thanks.
Welcome to LA Fleet Week's 2022 Galley Wars Culinary Competition, presented by Fox Entertainment. Please welcome your host for Galley Wars, Navy Chief Petty Officer Jason Thompson, a 24-year service member and host of the Ear Candy Update podcast.
Good afternoon. How we doing on the USS Iowa? That's what I'm talking about. Happy Memorial Day, and what is it? Can you find a better place to have Memorial Day than on the deck of a battleship on the LA waterfront? This is pretty spectacular, I think so. Hey, also, because it is Memorial Day, I want to give a special thanks to all those who came before us, but I also want to give a special shout out to all the service women and men who have volunteered to serve today. That's right, give it up. Hey, this is an all-volunteer service. You don't have to be here. So everybody who wears the uniform right now said, you know what? That's the thing I want to do. That's a hell of a sacrifice to make. I really appreciate that. You guys ready to have a good time? I want to introduce you to my co-host. She is spectacular, all right? She is a Coast Guard veteran of 4 years. She is the United States of America's Miss California 2022. Please welcome Athena Fleming. How you doing, Athena?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here. What
It's a great time.
Beautiful day. Now, earlier you thanked our servicemen and women, but it takes a village, right, to protect a nation. So thank you to our dependents, our spouses, all of our family and friends who also support us from behind. So thank you for that.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Thank you for those folks at home.
Now, I get the honor of telling you the rules today. So earlier you heard we're making surf and turf. We have our surf, which is swordfish, and our turf, which is a New York steak. And each of our teams are going to create our surf dish with the side and our turf with the side. All of those, our surf and turf today was provided courtesy of Chef Trainee, so thank you for that.
Let's hear it, folks. Yeah.
Now, this all sounds pretty easy, right? But here's the catch. They have 30 minutes to do all of this. And so in just a few moments, I'm going to need your help because we're going to start our official time clock right over here, and we'll do a countdown for 5. But before we begin, I think it's time that maybe we should meet our teams.
Do you want to meet the teams?
Yeah, let's meet the teams.
Okay. For the first time ever, the U.S. Army is here.
Hey, my name is Sarah Macklin, and I am the team leader for Team Black Force. Most people are not going to be pushing out the favors that we do, and then on top of that, don't have the same skills that we got. We're more than Army strong. We're Chef strong, man. Like, we're going to kill this. We are probably one of the best chefs in the entire armed forces. So, hey, I'm ready to compete against the Brother in Arms, but hey, look out, because you're going to get destroyed.
I admire the confidence. I admire the confidence.
Hey, I would like to introduce this next team.
By all means, sis.
No, I do. I happen to be a proud Coast Guard veteran, and so I may be a little bit biased about who I think should win this competition. But our chef, our Coastie Boyardees are here to represent. And so introducing Team Coast Guard.
Hi, I'm Petty Officer First Class John Martinez, culinary specialist at Base Los Angeles Long Beach.
I think our team's gonna win because obviously the Coast Guard is the finest seagoing service, and we have a great culinary school. The Coast Guard does a really good job at giving us the freedom to cook what we want to cook, experiment, try new things. I think that'll give us the advantage. Our team's really motivated to win, to bring back the title to the Coast Guard.
All right, Team Coast Guard.
Welcome to the Coast Guard. Now, I am very proud to represent and be a part of the U.S. Navy, and I know Team Iron Gator is as well.
We think our team can win because we will challenge ourselves for the past 2 years in different competitions on board. We have the experience of 7 months of deployment when we put more than 1.3 million meals. That gives us the challenge to be better in each meal we put on board. We are more than capable to work together as a team with passion and dedication.